this space was left intentionally blank. Imagine what it would look like with your advertisement. Contact us for more information. Ladies and gentlemen,
what's up?
The Wrestling with Life train does not stop. We are on a roll.
We're going.
2025 is our year. Third episode now here in 2025. We have been just absolutely killing it with the return of Wrestling with Life.
It's grand been great. Return.
Yes. Formal introductions. I'm King Ralph. That's Parmesan. We are your hosts. And this is Wrestling with Life. And we are super excited today. Again, we get a chance to see people in different places, different promotions, and we always like to talk to people in different positions and things like that. And we've had recently, we've had a string of people who are in the commentary and ring announcer world. We've had one or two in the past as well. So always great to hear the point of view on wrestling from people who are seeing it from that perspective,
right? From that side of things.
So we are super excited for Scarlet Joe tonight. It's gonna be a great interview. So with that, you know what, Sean? Let's get this party started.
Time to do it.
Let's do it.
Hit it.
We're back.
We're back.
Look, we brought a friend.
Hey.
Hello. Well, welcome to Wrestling with Life.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to do anything else on my first day of spring break. So.
There you go. All right. Way to go.
Wednesday of all days.
Yeah.
When this is being recorded, sorry. But on Wednesday of all days, that's a weird way to start a spring break. Usually it's like a Sunday to a Sunday.
Well, like things are different now. COVID changed everything. Maybe it changed that too. We don't know.
Messed all the times up. Changed all time.
Just blame it on that. All right. So, Scarlet, tell everyone, give everyone a little idea of who exactly you are and what you do in this crazy world of professional wrestling.
Yeah. So for those that you don't know, I'm Scarlet Joe. I work a lot with PPW, Pennsylvania Premier Wrestling.
Yes.
And I do a lot of their backstage promos. And right now it's a lot of me on the screen. And I love it, but I love getting to pick on these wrestlers as well.
Right. Yeah. So now how long have you been working for PPW for now?
2 years.
Ooh.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, long 2 years, but a good 2 years.
Yeah, they're in a really great location now. It is called the Slatington Farmers Market in Slatington, Pennsylvania. Oddly enough, I'm 10 minutes down the road from there.
Gotta come to a show.
Yeah, I've been to a few shows. It's always a good time. Great building. And Paul Bowe is awesome. Paul Bowe is great. He always puts on good shows. So.
Yeah, I love him, and like it's a great company to work for, and they bring in like such great talent, and where they are right now is good for like our high flyers, especially. But like those summer months, I don't know if you ever come in the summer months, but those summer months get pretty hot in the Slatington Center.
Right.
Yeah, a little warm in there. That's all right though.
Just a little toasty,
just a little bit. All right,
just
so
only wear shirts and shorts. I don't know.
Yeah, there you go. Just it's summer. Yeah, just make sure you're summer attired. All right, so how did you get into all of this? Into your role in wrestling?
Oh gosh, so I did a podcast like I was telling you guys before.
Podcast.
I did a podcast. It was called Talk of the Ring Show. It was a great time. And I was taking a step away from it, and I said to Paul Bowe, who would sit up at their shows, and I was like, hey, like I'm just taking a mental break from it. And I just was like, I just want to be a fan for a change. Like, I just want to be a fan. And then Paul Bow and Anthony McKeegan at the time said to me, they're like, would you be interested in doing backstage promos? And I said, no. At first. And
no.
No. They kept on me because they knew that I had it in me.
Right.
And they were like, Sabrina, either you do it for Scarlet Joe. Sorry, guys. Freudian slip.
We're all friends here.
Either you do it for our 99th show or our 100th show next month. And I was like, I was not dressed at all to be backstage that month.
Right.
So I was like, okay, I'll do it the 100th show. And been doing it ever since. And loving it because I've been around wrestling since I was 14. So
wow.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, my dad taught me young to like wrestling.
There you go.
Yeah.
So I asked this to Samira last week. It was a good question because not everybody thinks about it. But do you think wrestling found you, or did you find wrestling?
I did. I will say wrestling found me only because I did take a big gap from like 18 to 25 of not going to any wrestling events, not being really involved in wrestling.
Right.
And then one of my friends that I've known for years in the wrestling industry said, come on, Sabrina, Scarlet Joe, whoever you are. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. People know who I am.
It's fine.
Like, it's fine. But like the guy, he's like, come on, you never see me wrestle anymore. And so I finally went back to PPW. PPW was my first show back. And
wow, there you go.
Just fell in love with like all the talent, all the hard work that they put into. And I was like, am I beginning to like this again?
No, yeah, see.
And I've been addicted, so.
Was there any specific reason that you fell out of wrestling?
A boyfriend.
Oh, boy.
Oh, no.
Man, they ruin everything, them horrible boyfriends.
I know.
What's wrong with them? Seriously.
I was like, they're probably going to ask that question, but it's okay.
Listen, it happens.
But like, what he didn't like wrestling? Did he not understand wrestling?
He didn't like that I was going to see guys in the ring.
Okay, all right.
Dirty ugly truth.
Fair game, right?
Yeah. So you just tossed him to the curb.
Right.
Boom.
Get him out of there. That's right.
You're not wrestling boyfriend. Wrestling boyfriend.
Yeah. Wrestling wins. Well, yeah.
You made the right choice. Definitely.
Yeah.
So, working for PPW. What are some other places that you have been frequenting as well?
So I am really into PPW. PPW is my home.
Sure.
But I did do 5-star for a little bit.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
They're just not around anymore. But that's why I'm not doing them anymore. But I would love to keep getting my name out there. But it's hard when PPW shows run on a lot of days that other shows run, and my heart is at PPW.
Yes,
of course.
So we always talk about how like there's. It's a blessing and a curse because there's so much wrestling to be able to consume these days. But I feel like that's the same thing on the indies. We're blessed with tons of indie shows, but we're also cursed with the fact that a lot of them end up on the same day because there's only so many weekends in a month.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. See, on my off weekends, I go watch wrestling, which is crazy.
Nice.
You would think that like I wouldn't want to. But when I know a lot of the wrestlers in this industry now, it's hard because I'm like, I want to go and support them. I want to go see them like wrestle.
Right.
But it's crazy. Like I swear, I'm either working out, or wrestling. Like there's no.
There you go.
Listen, we completely understand that because we go through the same thing. Like so. Coming up at the middle to end of May, this will be the second time now this year that we're doing like 2 or 3 weekends in a row of just doing shows. So it's like, there's just so much going on. And then, like you said, you try and keep up with it and you want to see your friends and things like that. But, you need some off time too. Like, it gets to be a bit much after a while.
A little bit of off time.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. I don't need that much. Just maybe a couple hours.
Just a couple hours. All right.
Yeah, just a couple hours.
Yeah, just give me a couple hours off and then I'll be fine.
Well, I've taken off of work, and they've known this. I've taken off work twice because I was at a show on Sunday. And then because I go to shows in Maryland too. So there's a show on Sunday, and I drive home that night, and by the time I get home, it's like 3:30 in the morning. Because I go to the after party. I'm not gonna lie.
Of course.
So
why not?
By the time I get home, I'm like, well, guess I gotta take a personal day. That's what they're there for. So but it's such a great thing because in my actual job, I work with kids. So I get so frustrated that I go to these wrestling shows and I go, hit them. You know what I mean?
Right. Just release it out. That happened. I basically did the same thing when we had 2 shows back to back in March, and it was on Sunday. So I was like, I'm just gonna take off Monday. Why do I have to work my butt off, doing something I love to do, and then go to something I don't love to do as much Monday? No, just gonna take off Monday. Just give me a break. Give me a rest.
Right, give you a rest day.
So you mentioned something while you were talking there. Hey, listen. You mentioned something while you were talking there, and so I will say I came up with a list of questions based on things that I saw on your Instagram. And it's funny that because you mentioned one of the things that I saw on your Instagram. You are very much into the gym, correct? You mentioned that you like going to the gym.
Yes.
Well, God bless you for that, because
it's like an adrenaline rush though. It's like as soon as I get up, I'm on spring break. I didn't set my alarm. I still got up at 6 a.m. and was like, guess I'll go to the gym.
All right. So, and look, I know very little about the gym. I've been in one, I think, once. I try to stay away as much as possible because it's not my thing. Well, anyways, what kind of stuff do you do when you go to the gym? Are you do you do cardio? Are you a weightlifter? What do you do when you go to the gym?
So I do a little bit of everything. I do a little bit of one day I'll do straight up shoulders and triceps. Next day I'll do back and biceps, then legs, and then cardio. But I'll be honest, as a lot of girls might like cardio, I hate it.
Not a fan.
It's I don't like walking on the treadmill. When I'm at home, I do have a program on YouTube that I can dance to, and he does 30 minutes or he does 60-minute sessions, and I just feel like I'm dancing and being silly in my living room. Right. I don't feel like I'm working out, but you put me on a treadmill, and that's when I go, is this 30 minutes almost up?
So you're definitely anti-treadmill.
I'm anti-treadmill. I love my lifting my weights. Mm-hmm. I'm a huge weightlifter. I mean, I can only lift maybe 15, 20 pounds, but it's getting there.
Getting them muscles.
Progress.
Got to start somewhere.
Exactly.
Well, right.
I hate the treadmill. When I was doing rehab, I could not stand the treadmill. You couldn't get me on there for anything. The elliptical machine, however, I absolutely fell in love with. I could do 6 hours at a clip on the elliptical, but I just hated the treadmill.
Man,
I don't know what it was.
I don't know. I don't care if it's the bike, the elliptical, the Stairmaster, or the treadmill. When you're at a gym and you do 30 minutes, it feels like forever. Mm-hmm. It feels like the longest half hour to an hour you've ever experienced. And then when you leave, you're like, wow, I've been there for 3 hours.
It got to the point with cardio that I put on a documentary, I'm doing walking on the treadmill, and I will enclose myself in that true crime documentary because I'm a girl and listen to true crime. I will hone in on it, and I will just be like this, and then I'll be talking out loud, not realizing it until later, going, "It was the boyfriend. It was the boyfriend. I know it was."
Yeah,
just out loud for all to hear.
Yeah, I went into, I know what you mean. I went into a gym one time and all I did was ask them about a membership and leave. And I didn't know what week it was. I lost all track of time.
Going into the gym, it just changes time. You're like, what, where? Yes. It's just like a vortex of time doesn't exist in this room. Just do what you gotta do and leave.
Right. All right. So you mentioned something else again that now I have to bring up. You listen to, you're into true crime, correct?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so what kind of true crime things are you watching now, listening to now?
I just actually before I got onto this podcast tonight, I was watching the Gabby Petito case on Netflix.
Oh yeah, right.
I was following it.
My wife watched it. Yeah.
Yeah, I was following it when it was like in real time. Yeah. And I'm also keeping up with like the Idaho 4 case. Like,
yep.
So like and the thing is, I'll be honest, like I live with a roommate, but like I still don't like watching this stuff. If like it's nighttime.
No.
Right. Yeah.
Listen, I got ridiculously hooked. I think it was on Tubi. They had all the like old episodes of Unsolved Mysteries from the 80s. Yes. I can't put them on at nighttime because my wife will freak out. Like she won't sleep. So she won't sleep.
She'll lose it.
Oh, it's terrifying. Yeah. We used to drive an hour to work and an hour each way. So we started listening to there was a podcast about the Piketon massacre. It was like the largest mass murder in Ohio. Yeah. We listened to that one religiously. Yeah, we really got into that one.
Yeah, it's honestly bad. Like it's one of those things that I don't tell people like on a first date.
Yeah.
Like, hi, I'm Scarlet Joe. I'm into wrestling and true crime. Yay.
Yeah. Wow. That's a combination. Yeah. That's a tough hill to climb over. Punch. Yeah.
A little bit.
It's like, hey, it's our first day, by the way. I'm into wrestling and crime.
Yes.
Just so you know.
And not just any crime. It's got to be true crime. It can't be like that fake stuff. Nope. No fake crime in this house.
What about true crime are you so fascinated by?
Honestly, I think it's because someone in my family is a police officer.
Okay.
And so I loved hearing stories about his day-to-day life. And so I think the one that I really, hit home was Gabby Petito, just because she was so young and she was like around like my age, I think, or younger. But like I literally remember calling my mom when that came out, and I was like, so here's the tea.
Right.
I think. So like my mom and I, like, we go back and forth with that. I'm like, so I think it was a boyfriend.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh man. Yeah, I don't know what I was gonna say. All right. I completely forgot. I had something really good to say. Now I forgot. That's all right.
Fell off.
Yeah, it did fall off. No,
listen, this happened in the show. The trains fall off.
No, so true crime, I think what it is for me, like I'm always interested in finding out like what happened to people. Like even when I watch like TV shows, I want to know like, okay, so what's the end game for this person? How does this end? Like, so for me, getting to hear the whole story and then finding out like what really happened or what went on or how people ended up, that's what draws me into it.
Oh yeah. Like literally I have groups of people with me every time I go out, but like there's always that little inkling in me going, am I gonna be part of a true crime right now?
Oh,
like I was in Tennessee, and like you hear all these like horror stories about Ubers, and so me and my friend were in the Uber, and I was like, I whispered to her, I was like, what if we just got kidnapped? And she was like, can we not speak this into existence?
Can we not let this happen in real time, please? Please avoid this at all costs.
Yes.
You don't need this to actually happen. I think for me, true crime, I don't know if it's so much like the whodunit as if, because a lot of it is just how messed up our criminal system is.
Yeah.
And how and how much whether it's cops, FBI, whoever overlooks so much evidence to an obvious guilty person that's not being charged. That's what gets me, because I'm like, how could we be that corrupt to where we ignore all the signs and pick a random guy that's the guy that's guilty? Crazy to me. That stuff mind boggles me.
I also think it's not, again, it's not a whodunit for me either as well. It's more like the details that go into the investigation, like you were saying. Because it's like, oh, so-and-so was home, like, but his girlfriend wasn't there. Where was his girlfriend? No one asked where his girlfriend was. Oh, and the cops didn't help? What?
Right.
Oh, yeah. Definitely the details. Because, like you watch some of these things and you think to yourself, man, how could people be this legitimately dumb? Like, how is it like you have to not only are you born dumb, not only do you aspire to be dumb, you like make it your life's mission to be the biggest idiot you can be. And that's the only way that you could do these things. Seriously.
Right.
It's just amazing.
Yeah, it's nuts.
So you talked about there's a police officer in your family. So that kind of, so Are you a big fan of Halloween?
So Halloween is one of my favorite holidays.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
When I was 18, hence why I also took the gap, was I worked at a amusement park, Dorney Park, actually. Dorney Park as a scary person for 3 years.
Ooh,
and
very cool.
I loved it every year. The first year I was like in their trick or treat house. I was a child. Nice. And thing is, my whole family did this with me. My mom and my dad both did it with me.
Oh, cool. Wow.
And they just missed me. I think that was it. But second year I was in, it's called Urgent Scare, and I was a patient, but we couldn't say we were crazy, but like I could say my character was hyped up on amnesia or something. And I was crazy that year. And then the next year I was a team lead. So like a coach. So I coached everybody inside. I was kind of in charge a little bit. And so like I kind of got to know the ins and outs of that. And so like now that I'm not doing that anymore, I go October, there's no wrestling events except for PPW for me. Because I go to like, you know, Eastern State Penitentiary, Jim Thorpe. I'll go everywhere just to get like that like haunted feel.
So then with that, are you a big fan of like the haunted houses and the haunted mazes?
Yes. Except for clowns. I don't do clowns.
That's the one thing.
There it is. No clowns.
No clowns allowed. We cannot do clowns.
I literally remember one night, my mom and I and my dad went to Dorney, like it was before I started working there, and we were in line for their clown place. And there was a guy like working the crowd. Working the crowd. And I go, and I was like hiding behind my mom, and we got up to the front, and he was like picking on me the whole time in line. So I got up to the front, he got on the loudspeaker while he said the rules, and then he goes, "Hey guys, we have a special guest today." And then it described exactly what I was wearing, said my name. So like we get in the haunted house, and I'm just crouching on the floor going
terrified.
I
cried.
Insane. You know, it's you say that, you said that so casually, like, yeah, I was at Dorney Park, you know, and I went to their clown place. You said that so casually, like,
clown place,
I'm like, wait, their clown place? What do you mean, the circus?
I couldn't remember the name of like the haunted house. It's the
clown place.
Something. Yeah, it's one of those things.
I like clown place though. I'd go with that.
Right. At the boardwalk near me, there's like a fun house type dealio when I was growing up. Not that I hated clowns, but this for some reason this fun house just wasn't good. I didn't like it. But I did it one time. It had all the mirror mazes, all the weird stuff go through. At the end, I don't remember what it was, but something jump scared me, and I ran so fast out of that freaking thing. I was like, never again. Fun house over. I don't know what it was, but it ruined it for me. I was like, never again. Do not do that to me ever again. I'm done. Fun house over.
Yeah. I don't get the clown thing.
I say if I don't get scared, then they're not doing their job. Because now, like working in the Halloween like haunt with Dorney, it's like I know what scares and I know what's a good scare and what's like not a good scare, and just yelling "boo" is not going to scare someone. You have to have like actual things to say, because like that's actually frowned upon. They say that in your training at Dorney, they're like, listen,
don't say boo.
Don't say boo. You can say something else. So like, for example, I was in a cell most of the time. And so I had this like, and there was a toilet in mine that had like this little styrofoam piece of poop. Nice. And I would have it in my hands and go, "Did you poop in my toilet?
Oh boy.
Did you do this?" People would hate it.
Yeah. Jeez.
That's too funny.
Yeah. Yeah. I worked at a haunted house one time when I was growing up. There was a fire company about maybe 15 minutes from me that did this huge haunted house. And what it was is they had this like vacant house out in the woods. And so they had a path that you would have to go along to get to the house first. So then on the upstairs floor of the house, they had a dark maze room. So it was like a maze to get through, but it was all in the dark. So
she's already out.
You have the entrance and the exit, and in between they built a wall in a triangle so that somebody could get inside that wall. And we had little cutouts at the bottom. So as people were going to exit the room, I could reach out and grab their foot. And let me tell you, I have never heard people scream so much in my entire life. Like, it is legitimately terrifying to them.
So I'm not saying I'm out. I had an experience that I had to go back and relive because you said that.
Oh boy.
Because my friends and I went to Eastern State Penitentiary.
Sure.
They had a Halloween thing. And we got the hex pass, so we got one-on-one time with an actor.
Oh boy.
And all I remember is we had all the houses got split up between all of us. So like I had 2 houses that were like I was the main character.
Right.
And so we got to my house, my first house. I was like, oh no. So I sat there in the chair. And the guy's like, because he's like, sit in the chair. And I was like, okay. So I sat in the chair. He leans me back and he goes, now, your friends have 20 seconds to find the code to unlock this safe, or I'm going to douse you with gasoline, water. And the lights shut off and I couldn't do anything. And he was just like playing with my hair, and I was like, because they can touch you there, like if you as long as you don't have like a glow in the dark thing, they can touch you. So I was like, I was yelling at my friends, you guys better find this code, you better find this code. They didn't find the code.
Oh no,
that sounds to me like how an episode of Law and Order SVU starts.
Right.
Listen,
that's creepy.
She's like,
it could be. It's called true crime. You know what I mean? Right. Like
it was truly a crime.
It was truly a crime.
Because I was on a date that night too, and I remember going, now I'm all doused in water.
Yeah.
But it's okay.
Well, you sat down, you took the bait.
Listen, I listened to what I got told.
There you go.
I was a good student in high school. I did what the teachers told me. He told me to sit down. I said, okay, I'll respect your decisions.
Right.
That's the one thing I always do when I go to like haunted houses or scary places. I tell the people trying to scare me, don't worry, I will respect your decision.
Right. Don't worry. It'll be okay.
Yes.
So how did all of that start for you? Like I know you said that your whole family did, but like what made you want to do like be like a scarer? Like what prompted the whole thing?
I needed money.
Right. The easy answer.
That, and I got my driver's license. I got my driver's license at a very late age in life, and so I needed my mom and my dad to drive me. So instead of driving me, they just joined in on the fun, and then we did it for so long, and we were like known as the family, which is not a bad thing, but like
no.
The first year I was in the same house as my mom, and like so like of course like we got like, under each other's skin a lot of like Mom, you got the scare and I didn't, like that's so messed up.
Right.
And then the second year we were in 3 different houses, and we had like a ceremony at the end of haunt, like being like giving awards out, and I got creature of the year my second year.
Wow.
Which is like up for my house, which is like the biggest thing that you can get. And I remember my mom and dad actually crying, and I was like, what would you do?
That's awesome.
If I like got into wrestling and got an award for wrestling, would you cry?
Yeah.
Right. Would you cry?
Would you cry, and why would you be crying?
Yeah, like did you cry because I scared little children and you were happy about it? Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
Oh boy. Wow.
Well, bringing it back to wrestling a little bit after we've gone on a tear about hauntings and Halloween
I'm about it.
Scary things. So being a backstage correspondent, backstage interviewer, was there ever a star that you interviewed that like you kind of had a moment where you felt like starstruck for a second, but then had to like reel it back in?
Oh
wow, that's a good one. Definitely. Oh gosh, Matt Riddle.
Yeah.
We just had him like not that long ago.
No, not at all.
And I remember walking in that day and going, Matt Riddle's going to be here. I'm nervous. I have to wear the right dress. I have to very perfectionist. And then I walked up to him and my nerves went away. I was like, this is weird. I was like, hi, I'm Scarlet Joe. And he was like, I know, we follow each other on Instagram. I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, see? and he pulled it out, and I'm like, oh, we do.
Yeah, for sure.
Nice.
Interesting, but like he's so funny and so nice, and he made me feel so comfortable doing his promo.
Right.
And so I felt fine, but like for a minute I was like,
right.
Yeah. Yep.
Like,
that's it can be very it can be very jarring at times, because these are people that we see on TV, and we think of them in a certain light, and you're thinking, well, now this person who I used to watch on TV every week is now standing right here in front of me and telling me he follows me on Instagram. Like, right.
I think but like you're saying, like Matt Riddle was a good one. One that I also have seen is oh no, what's his name? What's his name? I don't know right now, but he was great, and I'm having a brain fart, people.
Yes.
We did have Action Andretti there for a while. Right.
Action was good, yeah.
Actually, when I first came back to wrestling at PPW, he was there, and so I kind of got to watch him grow a little bit.
Nice.
And like that was really cool, and I was known as like the double A girl, because like I would come to the shows like decked out and like Action Andretti merch.
Nice.
But like I told him, I said if I would ever have to do a promo with him, I would probably like be more nervous than Matt Riddle, because like I've seen him grow up.
Right. Right.
But it's
great. Do you watch some of the stuff on AEW?
I watch AEW more than I watch WWE.
Oh, okay.
Really? That's interesting. Okay.
And not because like I don't like WWE, it's because like I know a lot of more of the guys on AEW.
Sure. Yeah.
And I mean, I'm gonna be watching WrestleMania this weekend. Like,
oh yeah, I mean,
well, sure.
I'd be.
You'd be crazy not to. I mean, there's 18 hours of wrestling.
Yeah.
I'm only there for the John Cena, Cody Rhodes guys. Like,
okay.
Oh boy.
Right.
Oh, okay. Right. So were you a fan of the heel turn? Did you like it?
So one thing that you're gonna know about me right now is I am a huge fan of the heels.
Okay, cool. Good. I thought you were gonna say you were a huge John Cena fan. Oh,
I have been waiting. So I've been in since I was 14. So I've been waiting over 10-15 years to see this heel turn.
Right.
And it finally happens. However, it happened against one of my other favorite people.
Oh, boy.
Oh, here we go.
Wow.
So but I will say, me and my mom were both a fan of the heel turn because she loves The Rock.
Right.
She loves Dwayne.
Okay.
And so she called me the moment it was happening. She's like
instantly.
She goes, I think our men are on the same page. I was like, our men?
Our men?
I'm single.
You're gonna be somewhere someday, and somebody's gonna say to you, do you remember where you were when John Cena turned heel? And you'll be like, yeah, I was taking a phone call from my mom. How that heel turn.
But I loved it. I'm a huge fan of it. I can't wait to see it all play out. And hopefully You Can't See Me comes out on top.
It's now I see it coming.
Yeah. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts knowing that this is his last WrestleMania?
Ooh.
I'll be honest, he should have hung the coat up a year ago.
Oh,
I love him. I do.
Someone on Ralph's side. Wow.
But there's so many people in the wrestling industry that deserve to be up there and deserve to have that spot. And the fact that he keeps taking he took breaks, didn't he? He took breaks.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So did The Rock. Okay, guys, stick to movies. Okay, give the young bucks some time to
grow.
Okay,
right?
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm just waiting. January 1st, I am having the hugest John Cena is gone party. I'm having a retirement party for him on January 1st. I'm so excited. It's gonna be a big event. I have never once.
Can I be invited to this party?
You absolutely can.
Absolutely
can.
Absolutely.
Of course. Because listen, we need to get all the John Cena haters together and revel in the moment that we'll never have to see him again. But Now I've never really been a fan of Cena as a character. Mm-hmm. I've listened to some interviews that he's done, and I changed my mind a lot about him. Just listening to him talk, and he's a decent person. He does things for others. Like he's a very good human being. He's just a turd bag as a wrestler.
So I'm opposite, because like I was a fan of his when I was little. Like when I first got into it, my dad took me to a wrestling event in Stabler Arena when they were doing wrestling events there, and I made my own John Cena shirt, guys. I said John Cena, and then you can't see me. Well, it was the time where Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, and Ted DiBiase were like that triple threat, and
legacy.
Yes. Thank you, because my brain just went out the window. And so I remember being right there. They can see me. Ted DiBiase looks at me. There's a video on YouTube. I'll have to find it one day and send it to you guys. He points at me and goes, "You can't see me," is going down. And I remember that night going, "Ted DiBiase sucks." Like I was in it.
Yeah.
John Cena did win.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So clearly.
Big match, John.
Yep. Yeah. Big match, John.
But then I got older, and then I was like, John Cena's a little overrated for me.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, listen, time
has changed.
I see all those when they show like the crowd during Cena moments before the heel turn, and they show like the parents there with like the 2-year-old kid dressed up like Cena, and I'm like, where in the hell is social services when you need them? Like that is bad parenting. Like how dare you do that? This is how we get the Menendez brothers that kill their parents. No. Yes, this is wrong. I'm sorry. Humans against dressing up children as John Cena. That should be like a group. We could all get together and protest.
My friend and I are planning a photo shoot, because now that I have my long hair, people are starting to put my attitude and my hair to Liv Morgan.
Okay.
And she my friend is more like her little partner.
Oh yeah.
So like
right.
We're kind of just doing it, and it's funny because like a lot of people don't like Liv. I, for one, love her.
Right.
So I'm like, guys, give her a chance.
Right.
Yeah.
Would shock you.
Yeah.
Right.
Nothing wrong with Liv Morgan. I was not the biggest fan of Liv Morgan when she first won the title.
Right.
I didn't think that her matches were really anything to write home about, but I will say that over the last year she has improved. In like I could easily call her one of the most improved wrestlers in the last year, because she has become so good, and everything that she does, it's a style to it. The way she wrestles, the way she moves in the ring, the mannerisms, the facials, like everything is just it's this Liv Morgan vibe that is different than everybody else. So I think she's really kind of come into her own. I'm kind of disappointed that she went through all of this and now she's like stuck in the tag team division. Like she kind of out of the title picture. But I think she'll get back there. She's
for sure.
So all right, so back to your Instagram, because I noticed something interesting that I was.
Deep dive. Okay.
Yeah, you have a picture on your Instagram of you and one Mr. Touchdown, Mark Angelo Setti.
Ooh.
Yeah, don't believe me. I'm like the biggest Chikara fan I know, and that just that stuck out to me. It was like a neon light pointing to it. I'm like, there she is, with coming for you, nerd.
Oh yeah. What do you want to know?
I don't know. Are you guys like hang out? You're tight.
Well, we were. So I met him my first ever show.
Oh,
okay.
And of course, 14-year-old me was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Right.
It was a boy,
Sure.
Right.
And then I kind of like followed him for a little bit, and then fell off the face of the earth from 18 to 25. And then when I came back in, he followed me on Instagram, and I was like, is this who I think it is?
Right.
And like we're friends, we're good. Like it's funny because like we don't talk about when we met because of how big like the age gap is.
Right.
But yeah, no, he's a great dude. I wish he would still be wrestling, but
yes.
Yes.
So this is all very interesting to me because we've been trying to get him on the podcast for such a long time. And I will tell you, I even went to the lengths of having his step cousin-in-law, Avery Good, step in on our behalf, and it still didn't work.
Yeah,
I forget nothing.
He's very much of I'm done with wrestling.
I get that. See, here's the thing though. I remember from years and years ago. So there used to be a company. Well, there's still a company in Pennsylvania called PCWA, Pennsylvania Championship Wrestling Alliance.
Yep.
So I'm friends with the owner. We grew up in the same town. So I used to work with them. And I did all their like website and social media, and I helped book some shows and stuff like that. But I was going through old stuff and I found like some old files from like one of their websites, and there was a Mark Angel photo, and I'm like, oh my God, I know who that is. Like it blew my mind that I never made that connection, but I had known him all those years ago. And I was like, wow, that's insane. Like it all comes around again. But yeah, I get all of that. I understand, but we're still gonna take a shot at it. We'll get him one day.
It's funny because like every time that we talk about like wrestling, it's usually talking about my backstage stuff and also like wrestlers that he knows, and like so it's not like, oh, what are you having for dinner? No, it's more like so like what was your who all did you do promos with this week? And like he helps me get better, like more confident, I should say, because like if you would have saw me when I first started, oh my gosh, you'd be like, this girl.
I think everyone goes through that because we talk about it on here often enough. But again, me and Ralph will go back and watch the first like 10 episodes, or we'll listen to the first 17, and then once we start a video, we'll watch the first 10, and we'll be like, ugh, that was our podcast. What?
Yeah, how did I let that get out? Like, why did I think that looked good?
Yeah, like why was that a thing? But now we're like, it's funny to look back and be like, at least we had to start somewhere, right?
Yeah, everybody's got to start somewhere.
Well, it's funny that he looks at my Instagram because I didn't post a lot of these wrestling photos because I try not to like fill my feed, especially because like you guys know my Instagram's private, so like I try not to fill my feed a lot with like. Sure. Scarlet Joe. I think the one thing I have is like a video that's pinned on my first. It's like pinned because it was my first in-ring promo. But like if I look on my phone, which I just looked for my phone and it's right here. If I look on my phone, like I got to meet Nick Nemeth, Dolph Ziggler, like a few weeks ago. Like, and I don't post that because like those are stuff that like I just love keeping to myself. Of like I got to meet this person. I got to meet Tatanka.
Wow, there you go.
Yeah. Like there's a James Ellsworth. That's the guy who I was trying to think about earlier.
Oh yeah, James Ellsworth.
Thank you. Woohoo. The dementia. But like it's just I love to keep a lot of my wrestling pictures with the wrestlers to myself because it's like wow, this was a time. Except when they messaged me on Instagram going, I know you took a picture of us. Can I have it?
Right.
Yeah.
See, I'm the opposite.
Well,
see, I'm the opposite. If you go on,
Sean,
on my Instagram, like it's just wrestling show, podcast, wrestling show, wrestlers. Hey, meet and greet. It's just covered head to toe. Like it went from just being like a family, like, hey, here's some updates about what I'm doing, to like, hey, I'm just in wrestling now. Here's all the things I've been to and everywhere I've gone to. Like in the last 2 years, especially because of the podcast, when since we started, we've like literally looking back, we've been to so many events within a 2 year span. It's nuts how many events that we've gone to.
Once we started this podcast, my personal social media just kind of fell to the wayside Because like 90% of the time when I go on social media, I'm going on under like the podcast accounts because I'm looking like, stuff, sharing out stuff. Who's sending me messages? What do I need to reply to? Like, there's a lot of that. And then I look at my own personal social medias and it's like something from 6 years ago is like right up at the top. I'm like, what is going on here? It's very, very little.
I've been told I should probably make my Scarlet Joe Instagram, but like I am so lazy. I have my personal Instagram so well that like my password is saved in my phone. Like I don't have to like type it.
Yeah.
Where it's like if I create a Scarlet Joe one and then I have to actually like post on it.
Right.
It can be a lot of work to run two at one time. I
did that when I had my podcast. I did that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, but then I gave my co-host the reins because I was like, I can't do this.
You take it. I don't want anymore. Now, obviously you're in wrestling. You're a wrestling fan. You go to the gym. Have you ever thought about yourself getting in the ring and wrestling?
Ooh,
no,
not even a little bit.
I say that. I say that like of course there was a time that I was like, I would like to see myself in there. But like, I can't even remember something from 2 minutes ago, let alone an 8-minute match.
Wow.
Like,
I'm with you.
I can't remember. Like, at the least, I'd become a manager in anything. Because like, I can talk to a crowd like there's no business. But like, when it comes to, because like, Sammy Chaos, one of our female wrestlers there, she's asked me this question many times. Because we have really good banter on our promos. She picks me up, she throws me over her shoulder, like I'm her little like,
ragdoll.
It's great, Actually, I'm gonna go on a tangent real quick about her.
Oh yeah, please do.
Yes. I love her, but like the first day I met her, Paul Bowe goes, "Hey, I need to talk to you." And I was like, "What did I do?" And he brought me over to Sammy and he's like, "Hey, Sammy really wants to manhandle someone for her promo. Would you be willing to do that?" And I'm like, absolutely. Like ever since then, she's lifted me. She's called me the wrong name. She'll say Sparkles, Jessica, like anything. And now it's like a thing. And it's funny because like, when she lost the belt, I said to her, "Oh, that's so funny because last month you said in the promo that you were going to put Danny Moe through a door." She goes, "Oh my gosh, work that into the promo." So I was like, "Sammy, what happened? You got put through a door." You didn't go through the door. You went through the door. Danny Moe did not go through the door. Danny Moe actually won the title. And she was like, "There's only one more thing I have to do." And then she tossed me over her shoulder and walked off camera. Like, it was the best promo ever. But she's literally had that conversation with me of like, would you ever get into it? I'm like, maybe as a manager, but like, I work with kids at a school. So like, I don't think that bruises on my arms would be a good.
No, definitely not.
Just walk in with a black eye. "Hey, kids." They're like, "Oh,
Like, well,
why you're a black eye?"
Yes, B is for black eye. C is for concussion. E is for elbowitis or what? Yeah,
well, it's funny because like I have this on my Instagram, so people are gonna know. Like I work with autistic kids and I work with dementia residents. So, like I do both.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So like, I could have a black eye, not from wrestling, from
a
resident trying to.
Yeah, possible.
Sure.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah. Okay. So back to your Instagram.
Yes.
You are a big fan of beaches. You like going to the beach. Yeah. I'm just no, because like there are people that are beach people and there are people that are not beach people. And I bring this up because my wife and I are ridiculous beach people. Like if we could just, build a house out of sand and live right there, we probably would.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
The beach is like my happy place.
Right.
Of where like if me and my girls need like a weekend to just like get out. It's like Atlantic City is only 2 hours away from us. Seaside is only like an hour and some minutes. But it's funny because our main beach is Atlantic City, only because being in our 20s, we don't go to bed right at 9:30 like I do on every other day of my life.
Right.
We go to the casino. Like we make a whole night out of it, and then in the morning we wake up and we go, what did we just do?
Right.
But like when I come home from the beach, it's like a reset of like, okay, let's get back to life and go to PPW. Like that.
Yeah.
Right.
Like it's great. I love it. I'd live there.
We go to Ocean City, Maryland every year, usually for our anniversary. This year we're going a little early because we're going to a big concert festival on the beach down there. It's like 3 days long, so we decided we're going to do that instead this year. But yeah, we've always been beach people, and it definitely you feel that reset. You know, whenever we go, my wife has this big thing about watching sunrises. So we have got to get up ridiculously early in the morning, and we go out there. And there will be times like where we're down on the beach and there's like 30-mile-an-hour winds, and like we're trying not to fall over, but we're still there watching the sunset or the sunrise. But yeah, it's moments like that where you look at, like you just look at the sun and you look at the water and you think to yourself, like, this is like, what am I doing? Like what in my life really matters when I see all of this? You know what I mean? Like, why am I worried about this? Or why do I care about this at my job? Or why do I get mad about that? It all goes away.
Oh yeah. Like, I think me and my friends have a rule of like, let's not talk about life when we're at the beach.
That's a good
especially
rule.
Because my one friend is training to wrestle.
Okay.
And I'm in the wrestling industry. So like I kind of put my phone on do not disturb with Instagram because like I don't want to know about all the wrestling events that are going on near me when I'm at the beach. And it's funny when I come back and I look at my Instagram and it's like, oh wow, I missed a lot.
Right.
But
there's just so much.
It's so nice because me and my friend, like, we just don't get a chance to spend time together because she's training and I'm just working. And so it's like time for us to chill, party, and read books because like that's what we do on the beach. We don't I can't just sit there on the beach and listen to music, guys. Okay, like I'm more like, give me a nice book.
Right, give me something to read, something to do.
My wife will do other things because she does not want to watch me in the water because she always gets terrified because the waves come up and throw me down, and she's like, oh no, like what? Yeah, so she does not want to see any of that. But yeah, lots of fun. All right, so let's talk about your 2025, maybe your career in wrestling moving forward. What kind of goals do you have for yourself kind of moving forward?
I was actually just going over this with my friend Brooke on the phone. I was like, I want to get to more promos, like promotions, like get Scarlet out there. Like that's my number one thing with her. I say that like she's third person to me at this point, but I love different atmospheres. Like when I was doing 5-star and PPW, I definitely saw differences of like what's behind like how to do the promo and what kind of lighting we're having. And so I definitely want to see that more. I also want to get to, this sounds so bad, less wrestling events than usual. Just because like, I do have a life sometimes.
Right. Yes.
And like summer's coming and a lot of vacations I'm taking. So like, but I think a goal of mine is eventually I want to climb up and just keep getting companies' names. Like I know like Samira's everywhere. Like I see her everywhere. Literally, I was just at AXW in Hamburg, saw her there. Like, and that's always what my mind is. I was like, that's what I want to do. And a company actually just reached out to me and was like,
nice.
Hey, sometimes Samira can't make it. So like, cause she's double booked, would you like to do that? And I was like, sure. I mean, like you guys need a promo person. Like I will gladly do it. But I had the summer off from school. So
nice.
I'm like, kind of fill out my schedule, but like this week I'm going to be in Tennessee. This week I'm going to be here. Like,
right.
And I want to travel more. So
it sounds like you're looking for balance, kind of balancing life with the wrestling. Like you want to do more things and you want to be more places, but at the same time, you want to make sure that there's that balance there. And that's really hard sometimes, especially when you're like, right in the thick of it. I keep explaining to my wife, and it's not that she doesn't understand, but it's just something that I have to constantly remind her, like, we're at a very crucial point right now. Like we're at a point where I feel like things are about ready to take off in a lot of different directions. And it's like, if I don't continue to put in the grind now, that's not going to happen. Like, in 5-10 years, I could be looking back at this and saying, why didn't I do more? Why didn't I, put the time in? So, but it is hard because you've got to find that balance. Like three nights in a row, we recorded podcasts. And so it's like, that's a lot, when you're trying to, live life. So finding that balance is really important.
Indeed.
But not easy.
No, definitely not easy. So why the name Scarlet Joe?
Good question. Excellent question.
So, I got there that day, my first time there, and I was like, all right, I don't know what my name's going to be. We're just going to wing it when it happens. And I forget what Scarlett Johansson movie I was watching, but it was in my brain.
Got it.
It was in my brain. And the cameras they're like, okay, and rolling. And I went, PPW Nation, Scarlet Joe here, joined with, well, guess that's my name now. Scarlet Joe here, joined with. And it's so funny because, I get asked that question a lot. And I'm like, guys, I just panicked and went, Scarlet Joe. Like,
that's great.
And plus, like, it's closer to my name, and however, when I'm signing autographs, it's still a little sketchy, because I'm like, I'm still trying to get the autograph down,
right.
But it's that's how I got it, and that's not a big story. I know,
random on the spot.
Wow. Yeah,
no, it's perfect. That's a great story.
Great. So speaking of your name, speaking of autographs, I know you showed this to us off the air, but show it to us on the air. You have your own trading card, and man, am I jealous.
Yeah, look at that. Oh, bam.
You have your own trading card. That's really cool.
That. That's impressive.
That's awesome. I give it to all of my favorite wrestlers. I'm like,
nice. Here's my card. Take it.
Yes.
Take my card.
Remember me when you're in WWE. Like that.
Right here, take the card. Show it.
Exactly.
Hey, no, have them be like, hey, you want someone that does backstage? Boom. There's the card.
I have only a handful of wrestlers that I actually are like, these people could probably make it in this industry. I'll name them if you want me to, because I can.
Oh, sure. Go right ahead. We're all about that.
Cool.
Cool.
Well, it's funny because I saw you guys had Rocco.
Yeah, Christian Rocco. That's right.
Well, I know he goes to the Monster Factory. I had him on my podcast as well, so he's a great dude. I think he has the look. Absolutely. I think he has the talent.
Yes.
David Goldie.
Yes.
Also from the Monster Factory. I literally just got done telling him on Saturday, why do you not have something like why?
Right.
Absolutely.
I don't know if you guys know Matt Quay.
Yes. Matt Quay.
Oh, absolutely. American Hammer.
Yes.
We had him on when we were at CCW, and I think he was the most hype interview that we've ever had.
He was insane.
The fact that he does not have like more oomph like in the wrestling industry is crazy.
Right.
Because
he's so
the
good.
American Hammer, the mullet, like that
he has the whole look and everything. Yeah, he's good.
He is the definition of a superstar. When he walks into the room, the place goes apeshit. Like it is you can feel it.
And his family comes to all, like his dad comes to all the shows. And it's funny because last year for Christmas, I just gave his dad, I made his dad a shirt that says American Hammer and Papa Quay on the back.
Oh,
nice.
He's known as Papa Quay, and he's
awesome.
the sweetest soul. But also I think there's two guys that are a tag team. They're called the Post Game from CZW.
Yes.
Miami Mike Walker and Vinny Talata. They have great looks to them, and they're great in the ring. I love the shtick that they have of like, we're gonna get the dub and hit the club post game. I say that because they're my friends, and so I can make fun of their voices.
Sure, why not?
But like there's a lot, like, especially at PPW, you have Rembrandt. Rembrandt's an amazing dude. And like I feel like he's definitely gonna make it far one day. I know Brothers Gray from PPW have been to Japan.
Yes. Oh yeah.
They've been and like I think they're planning another trip soon. But like oh my gosh, they're amazing. They said when they were in Japan, it felt like they were celebrities. And I was like,
I was following their journey online, as they were posting stuff from Japan. And I'm like, that's gotta be like the coolest thing. Now I mentioned this on another show, but like I have always wanted to learn Japanese so I could go over and see a show at the Tokyo Dome and like actually be able to like talk to people or know what's going on.
Yes.
Know what's happening. Right.
I just think that would be amazing. And what they got to do was really cool.
Like it's crazy to me, like how talented they are. Like it blows my mind how talented some of these wrestlers are. So I'm just like, like I just met Ace Austin not that long ago, and I'm gonna be honest, Ace, if you're watching, sorry, I thought he was taller.
Oh no!
I met him, and I was like, I said to his face, he knows. I said, "Oh."
Oh,
but like
I thought there was more of you.
That man in the ring is like fire. Like the way he just flips himself. I'm like, okay, all right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I feel like PPW is kind of a place where, and I'm not. This is not like a good or a bad thing. It's a place where people kind of are under the radar. Like they're not. They're putting on great shows and they're doing everything, and they're just not getting the look that they deserve, so that PPW, a lot of talent comes from there. Well, you can say right now, look who's in WWE ID, Brad Baylor. He was a PPW guy.
Yeah,
he's a sweetheart. Like I did a promo with him, and it's funny because like the promo, I started introducing him, and the whole shtick was he was gonna shut me up by putting his finger on my lips, and he's like, do you mind if I do that? I was like, I don't care.
Right.
And he did it, and it's so funny because like that blew up. I'm like, he just shut her up. Like wrestling fans think like that all my promos, I hate this person, I like this person.
Right.
Right.
It's the funniest thing because like when I do like promos with Dio Bando, for example, Dio Bando is one of our like top people. He's also like at Battlefield with like Appa. And me and Dio are like the best of friends outside of wrestling, but like his promos, I'm like, Dio Bando, like he's a heel going after Scarlet Joe, and it's like people literally think that we hate each other.
Right.
When in reality,
that just means you're doing your jobs.
Exactly.
Yeah, like we'll do the promo, we'll go back and forth. And then we'll give a high five and like, well, like the cameras will cut off. And I'm like, good job, buddy.
Yeah,
dude, we had that experience, or I should say, I had that experience when we were at SCW. I'll tell a story real quick. I know we're going over and we're tangent, but
we're all right.
Whatever. We were at CCW's show Cage of Death, and we got a chance to interview.
Which one?
The one last year. The one that just happened this last November.
I was there.
Yeah.
Were you really? Oh, we were on the we were on the second floor doing interviews.
Yeah.
Was that when Clay got hit with the chair?
Yes.
Yeah,
because I got told to come up by the promoter because I was so worried about Clay.
Right.
Got it. Okay.
I mean, it was rough.
He came over. We were like sitting there, and he came over and sat down by us, and we were like, "Dude, are you okay?" And he said he was okay, but his
eyes were telling something else.
The lights were on, but nobody was home. Like, he was rocked. That was and it didn't even. He was just that was bad. That turned out much worse than it should have. But yeah, he was rocked. Oh man.
But so anyway, we got the chance to interview Milk Chocolate, Brandon Watts, Randy Summers, and so
the look on your face when he said that.
So on my microphone, I had Brandon Watts. On Ralph's microphone, he had Randy Summers. They did their shtick, their opening line. They're we're the forever champions. At one point, I don't remember where it came up, but Brandon mentions, shout out to my dogs and cats, whatever. And I said, yeah, shout out to them. He stops, looks at me deadpan, because he's a heel, stares at me. Now, I'm locked. I don't want to stare at him, So I'm staring at Ralph, and now we're locked. Me and Brandon are locked. Ralph's interviewing Randy, and me and him. There's good 2 minutes of us just frozen in time. He's eyes on me, I'm watching Ralph.
Sean.
And a minute and a half goes by, and all of a sudden, like clockwork, he just pauses Randy and goes, "Hang on. I don't like you." To me, like I don't like
after a full 2 minutes of staring.
After 2 minutes, he just I don't like this guy. This guy is bothering me. And as soon as we cut, he was like, "Yo, is that good? Was that good?" I'm like, you had me going. I was legit scared. I was gonna get like,
yeah.
Something. Like, you scared
Some of the things that milk chocolate especially say, I take to heart because of the way they say it.
That's what I'm saying. They say it with such inflection. Like
Brandon called me a ring rat the one time, and I was like, okay, like whatever. But then he came up to me after. He's like, I am so sorry.
Right, he was the nicest guy.
Are you okay? And I literally was like, I'm fine, but I don't want to talk to you.
I have never seen two guys who believe their own hype more than they do, because they are so into it.
So like, good.
They're great. Yeah, just such good work they do.
They're great.
All right. So as Sean mentioned, we usually try to keep these things to around an hour. So you're getting some bonus here tonight.
Bonus.
But, yes. So what do you have coming up? What's going on in the world of Scarlet Joe?
Well, a lot of wrestling events coming up.
Yeah. Do you know what any of them are?
Right.
Yes, actually, next weekend I know is 3 Legacies Wrestling that Ricardo Rodriguez runs.
Yep.
And I think next weekend on Sunday is also, I'm looking at my calendar, is also Battlefield.
Oh, Battlefield.
Okay. With Alpha. And then coming up is Phantom 6. I think that's May 4th though. I literally have everything just like written down.
Yeah, no, I understand.
It's a problem. See,
it's a problem.
Because I'm only 29. I should be remembering things. But Battlefield, Battlefield usually runs on a Sunday,
right?
And so 3 Legacies on Saturday. So I'll be doing back to back. So that means not going to the after party on Saturday,
right?
So that I can have enough energy.
The new Sunday, right?
For Sunday, and Sunday is where most of my favorite people are anyway. So
there you go.
All right. Well, this has been really fun. I feel like there's probably 100 more things we could talk about. So I'm sure we're gonna have to do this again. We would,
darn
love to have you on. Yeah, we would love to have you on more to discuss all kinds of things, because this was really fun. We had a good time.
Yeah, I had fun.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, so make sure that you check out PPW Wrestling, the ppwwrestling.com, where you can see Scarlet Joe. Maybe get yourself a Scarlet Joe trading card, which I am 100% jealous of. And now I need it. That's a new goal of mine. It used to be get a promotion in Alaska to bring us up there. Now it's get my own trading card.
Yeah,
so that's I was shocked when I got mine. So.
Yeah, I would be completely shocked as well.
I have 2.
Oh, see? Now you're just rubbing it in.
Oh man, and I was so nice, and I was inviting you back, and then you pull something like that.
Well, the promo picture I sent you guys is my first one.
Okay. I see. Gotcha.
Okay.
All right. Well. Okay, so make sure you check out PPW Wrestling. You can check them out at ppwwrestling.com. Check them out on socials. Find out when they will be doing a show, because they are always fun shows. A lot of great talent there, including our guest tonight.
Yeah.
So we are super appreciative of your time. We thank you for coming on and having a good time with us and chatting about all kinds of things.
All the things.
Yeah.
Of course, I had so much fun. I literally was did nothing the whole day. So I was like, I have a podcast tonight and I need my energy.
There you go. Well, listen, you brought the energy game. All right. You made us turn up the energy. All right. Well, good luck with everything. Safe travels as always. You're super busy. So good luck. And I'm sure we'll see you somewhere down the road.
Yes, indeed.
I literally down the road from me. So
yeah.
Gotta come back to a show.
Absolutely. We will make sure we hit that up. So that's going to do it for this episode of Wrestling with Life.
Yeah.
We want to thank everybody for tuning in and watching. Wrestling with Life is again back now. So
we're back,
super excited for all of that. We've got another great episode coming out soon with Yolanda, who is gear maker extraordinaire.
The best.
Amazing. And so we're super excited for that. But again, thank you for watching Wrestling with Life. Remember to like, share, and subscribe over on our YouTube channel. Check out all our other Wrestling with Life videos, and make sure you check out Scarlet Joe whenever you can. So for Scarlet Joe, for Parmesan, I am King Ralph. And remember, kindness is free. So be kind to each other. God bless you. And we will see you next time.
You're still here? It's over. Go home.